Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad, and welcome to Thursday's edition of the MUFC Daily. So, big rumours this morning that MUFC are trying to invoke a clause in Brendan Rodgers' managerial contract at Leicester City Football Club to make him the next Manchester United manager. The big question is it now or is it the summer? Look, let me be absolutely clear here. We cannot wait to the summer. Everyone's saying that. This is a disaster of astronomical proportions. What is it? 4 points out of 15 or something ludicrous like this? This is worse than his form at Cardiff. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has to go. It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter if you think I'm a fake fan, a plastic fan, a real fan. I am real. Look, I'm fucking real and I love Manchester United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, let's say it again for the pie eaters at the back. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was a fantastic player for Manchester United, but that has nothing to do with his career as a manager. He's an accidental Mr. Bean manager who should never be managing anything. He shouldn't be managing anything. At the end of the day, he shouldn't have even been making his own pumpkin for Halloween. This guy has to be removed. He's a fucking joke as a manager. We all know it. Now, what do I think about the Brendan Rodgers situation? Listen, Brendan Rodgers or Conte would never be my first choices. But Brendan, let's be clear here. There's other people who I think could, for the future, do a really good job with Manchester United. But we're in another ridiculous situation because of the people who run this club. You know, who on earth, or what possessed them to give Ollie an extension instead of sacking him at the end of the season? I don't know. If someone else said it, I think they said it on Saeed TV, I think on Saeed's podcast, who I love, by the way. The point is that at the end of the season, because this could have ended differently, we could have all ended as friends, and the club could have just said, you know what, Ollie, you've took us as far as you can. Thank you very much. You've rebuilt the squad. You've really done a lot of good things here. Thank you. But we need someone else now with a bit more experience. And no hard feelings. If you want to continue working at the club, you can. That's what a real proper club would have done. But not us. We decided to extend his contract. The faith they have in this manager is just so blind and ridiculous. But anyway, they've made mistakes, and everybody does make mistakes, but I don't like it when people make the same mistakes. That's when red flags are raised for me. But it's no wonder that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been moved to Norway very quickly to keep him away from the press. They don't want him talking to anyone. Either they're trying to protect him until the next game, or they know he's done. They've already sacked him, and they don't want anyone knowing this. So what they've done is they've secluded him in Norway, you know, in a family outpost, so no one can get to him. And I think, so they're not ready to announce they've sacked him yet. That is my theory anyway. Now, so what could be going on right now is negotiations with Rodgers and his people and negotiating with Leicester. These things are very, very complicated because Leicester will want a hell of a lot of compensation and something United are going to have to negotiate so that, you know, they're not, let's just say they're not conned. But they're not in a position to negotiate. They have to pay Leicester whatever they want. Because even though Brendan Rodgers isn't my first choice, I will take him now. Certainly over Ollie. We need him. So what do I think of Brendan Rodgers as a coach thus far? He used to be one of Jose Mourinho's coaching at Chelsea when Jose Mourinho actually had his mojo and he was a great coach. So yes, Brendan did great there. He did, look, I don't care what people say about the Slippy G thing. Brendan Rodgers did a really, really good job in the most part at Liverpool, and that was a huge job for him. And credit to Liverpool Football Club for taking a punt on him. He did really, really well there. Did he win any trophies? I don't think that he did, but he's a very good manager, and I remember him being a big threat at Liverpool, and I always used to worry about him at Liverpool. So he's a really good manager. But we've never really seen, even at Liverpool, he didn't spend that much money. I'm just wondering, if you had the players that he's got in the Manchester United squad, what kind of stuff we could do under Brendan. Because Brendan plays great football. We know that. With these players, it would be something very, very special. Listen, I said this a couple of days ago on the MUFC Daily. Even if this is a temporary move for the next 18 months or something, that's fine. But guess what? It could actually work out. Because no matter how bad the owners are and the chief executive are, if they stumble on a good manager who does a good job, we won't be talking about them anymore. We don't care what they're doing behind the scenes, how many profits they're taking. They're spending money in the club now. They've had a kick up the bum from us when we all protested, either on Twitter or at Old Trafford earlier this year, and that really scared the living shit out of them, which is good. But it's good that they responded to that, because a lot of people wouldn't have done. So I respect what the Glazers have done in response to those protests and demonstrations. Of course, there's another one coming. But this one's going to be, listen, this one's a bit of an ugly one, because this is about, we want the removal of a manager. And this doesn't sit comfortably with some supporters. Now, I understand that. And I understand where you're coming from. But in war, your hands have to get dirty. And that's my opinion on it. I don't know Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I loved him as a player. I really loved him. He was a hero of mine before he became manager. But his conduct as manager simply isn't right to me. The treatment of Van der Beek and Sancho, you don't buy these players and then dump them. That's not right. All the efforts he went to bring in Sancho, so he could be on the bench? It's weird, because he doesn't even know how to utilise his squad properly. Listen, we could debate how bad the manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is all day. That's not the debate here. Even you people who don't want to protest Ole, right? How dare you protest Ole, right? Not a real fan, a plastic fan. What was that joke I read on Twitter yesterday? Apparently Man United fans won't be protesting Ole on Saturday because it'll be past their bedtime. Doesn't make sense, because it'll be during the day. But anyway, you are you see, the thing is, there's nothing wrong with not wanting to protest Ole. I'm happy to protest Ole, and I'm happy for people to protest Ole, but I'm not putting you down for not wanting to protest Ole. My problem is with you people, you top Reds, you put the rest of us down who want to do what's necessary to progress our club. Now, if you don't want to progress our club, that's up to you. That's why they defeated Adolf Hitler. But you don't get to tell me and everyone else what to think, what to feel, and whether we should protest or not. We're not bad fans just because we're protesting him. We want a great manager. We want our club to be better. We don't want fucking fans singing to our manager, Ole's at the wheel. It's embarrassing. Aren't you embarrassed? Obviously not. I just think you're I think top Reds are very, very backwards people. I'm sorry, I have to say it. Their attitude, their mentality, they have all this, they have this moral code for supporting Manchester United. And between you and me and the bedpost, I think it's absolute insanity. So yes, I will be interested in Brendan Rodgers coming to Manchester United. At this moment in time, I will be looking at it as a short-term appointment, but we have to do something. They know something has to happen. I think at this point it's pretty obvious, no matter what firm Fabrizio Romano is saying or anyone else, that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be removed as Manchester United manager by the next game. He's already been told his services are probably no longer going to be required. You will not hear him talking during the international break. That's another red flag that proves that he's already been ousted as manager. Right now, I do believe they are negotiating with Brendan Rodgers. This does excite me. Yes, as I say, there's Ralph Rangnick, or whatever his bloody name is, right? There's the guy at Ajax. He's another great manager. There's lots of great managers out there, but they can't come to the club now. That's the problem. So by going to Brendan, who's also in a job, by the way, now he would prefer to wait to the summer, but as I say, we can't wait to the summer. This decision has to happen now. Now, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is manager for the next game against Watford, then it wouldn't surprise me, but it's a big mistake. He will win that game, and he'll be making his usual, you see, we won, what's your problem? But then we'll lose one. Basically, all that's going to happen, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer remains for the rest of the season, we'll draw home games, we'll lose home games, and we'll win away games. That's what will happen. We will win away and lose and draw at Old Trafford. Is that what you want? Do you understand? Nothing's going to change. This manager hasn't changed the way he does things in 3 years. Now, top Reds, I admire this code you have, but at the end of the day, it doesn't progress the club. The only way to progress this club is direct action. Now, I would say to Manchester United, you have 2 days before the fans go to Old Trafford to protest. You really don't want those optics. Remove this manager. Announce that you've removed this manager in the next 2 days and announce Brendan Rodgers. I know some of you don't want Brendan Rodgers to be manager, but you're not thinking clearly. He's a very good manager for the short term, and he's much better than the clusterfuck, the accidental Mr. Bean, Frank Spencer manager we've got right now. So please, let's stop shouting about it on Twitter. Let's bring Brendan in. Let's improve things. He's got a group of world-class, great lads who have been treated toxically and disgustingly by this Manchester United manager who is destroying careers, rushing players back after they've been injured. We heard that Maguire should have not come back to another 11 days when he had his injury. So this is disgusting, toxic behaviour. He's not a good person, he's not a good manager, and he must be removed immediately. And I do want Brendan Rodgers for the short term because he is our only option in a desperate situation. This has been the MUFC Daily. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell, ladies, so you never miss this perfection. And lads, you hit the notification bell as well. And I don't care about your reasons for doing that. So, remember to do all those things, and I'll be back tomorrow with even more MUFC Daily. Until then, goodbye.